Hi, welcome back to Brad's Reactors. We have Nicole back today,
Hey, glad to be back.
and we've got a lot of good comments about Nicole's videos, so we are excited about doing another one. And this is going to be a first-time reaction. We tried to do Bob Dylan before, and we made a mistake. I'll leave it at that. But this is Bob Dylan, Tangled Up in Blue, off of Blood in the Tracks, on the Tracks, 1975, and we're going to go straight into it. And really interesting lyrics.
I'm excited to hear it.
Like, comment, subscribe, and we're going to see if Nicole can figure this song out
I'm gonna
because
try. We'll see.
she probably do better than most people. Trust me.
We'll see.
All right. Thanks for coming back, guys, and thank you, subscribers. Here we go.
Early one morning the sun was shining. I was laying in bed, wondering if she changed it all, if her hair was still red. Her folks, they said our lives together sure was gonna be rough. They never did like Mama's homemade dress. Papa's bank book wasn't big enough. And I was standing on the side of the road, rain falling on my shoes, heading out for the East Coast. Lord knows I paid some dues getting through. Tangled up in blue. She was married when we first met, soon to be divorced. I helped her out of a jam, I guess, but I used a little too much force. We drove that car as far as we could, abandoned it out west. Split up on the docks at night, both agreeing it was best. And she turned around to look at me as I was walking away. I heard her say over my shoulder, we'll meet again someday on the avenue, tangled up in blue. I had a job in the great North Woods, working as a cook for a spell. But I never did like it all that much, and one day the axe just fell. So I drifted down to New Orleans, where I'm lucky with a be employed, working for a while on a fishing boat right outside of Delacroix. But all the while I was alone, the past was close behind. I seen a lot of women, but she never escaped my mind, and I just grew tangled up in blue. She was working in a topless place, and I stopped in for a beer. I just kept looking at the side of her face in the spotlight so clear. Later on, when the crowd thinned out, I was just about to do the same. She was standing there in back of my chair. I said, Timmy, don't I know your name? I muttered something underneath my breath. She studied the lines on my face. I must admit, felt a little uneasy when she bent down to tie the laces of my shoes. Tangled up in blue.
All right, I think that's a good stopping point.
Yeah.
That visual right there
Yeah.
of her tying his shoelaces. I like that line. I must admit I felt a little uneasy. But he rhymes so good. All right.
It really does. It really just flows when he does that. Like you really don't even, feel that when he's doing that.
It flows perfectly. And if you notice, there's no chorus. The whole song is verses.
It is. He's telling a story through it.
Yes.
And I
it's
can, and I relate to that story.
do you?
Yeah. I mean, you have that long, that first love that you have, when you, I don't know what the song is about.
Did you
this
take it
first
like
time.
first love?
It
And
is
it
like
could
when
be.
you first meet somebody. Like, I don't know. So I'm taking it like when you're younger, you meet somebody. We have to go your separate ways. He's doing his job. She's doing her job, and then they cross paths again.
Was your first
That's-
love a stripper?
It was what?
Was your first love a stripper?
I mean,
Our producer.
maybe.
That's a tough question, Bryce.
No, listen to the song.
No. Okay.
No.
I'm not mad at you.
All right. So, I agree. He's seeing her at different times in his life.
It is like I think when you're younger, or even if you're younger, you have that love, and then for whatever reasons you have to go your separate ways, and then life, I've had that happen where I've been with somebody, like didn't work out, and then you come across them again, he's in this topless bar, and
You literally had it at a topless.
I mean I've been in one, but like I didn't have my shoelaces tied in a topless bar, but
that, I like the way he says, "We'll meet again on the avenue," right before he says "tangled up in blue." The rhyming's
I love
simple,
that.
but it's such
so
a
good.
cool.
But
cool
it's just
line.
like that one day that you're gonna,
See
he
him.
feels that, and I mean it happens, and I think like for me when it happened to me, like it took my breath away. Like I never, it was so random, and
You didn't expect it.
yeah, but like even though I'm not in where he's at, I still have that feeling of when I first saw, somebody that I had loved at one point. We're in a relationship, and
It's a
whatever
bittersweet
reasons.
feeling, sort of.
It's bittersweet, but I think it's kind of exciting though too. Like you guys are different people at this point. You're not the same person that you were when you first, fell in love or whatever.
Their life experiences.
It
both
is, but
change.
how exciting is that? Now, you guys, you're doing your own thing. You got it. You can come together again. But I think down deep, we still have that core that is truly us. Like we might be different in ways, but we're still the same in other ways. So he's recognizing that in her. He's seeing that spotlight on her face, and he's seeing. He recognizes her.
And he didn't at all. It seemed like it was irrelevant to him that it was a topless bar. Where a lot of guys would be on it.
But he's saying at her face, not at other things. Like I'm just saying, that's what he's seeing though. I'm sure he's looking back at that time, that previous time, and he.
And I think when my memory of the song, it doesn't stay. What's the word? Lineal. It doesn't stay in order, if I remember right. So we'll see if that's correct.
Okay.
But and it gets. I do know this. It gets deeper, and in my opinion, harder to figure out as he goes.
But I love that. I like trying to figure that kind of stuff out, and I love that. Like you said, it's not like a chorus. It's telling a story.
Yeah, no chorus.
Through the lyrics, it's just going on, but it's still. Flowing. So
yeah,
I'm loving
people don't notice this, but the guitar work actually, because I could play the song, I don't know if I could still play it, but the guitar work sounds simple, but it's really good acoustic guitar work.
Yeah.
So we'll see where Bob goes with this.
Let's go back in.
Yeah. And commenters, this is a great one, sort of like Sympathy for the Devil, even though it's about something different. Tell us your thoughts, because this is a good one to have. Oh. We'll throw this out too. Best comment, we'll have a prize on this one. This one deserves a prize.
Yeah.
So we go to Brad Reactors. You'll get your choice of prizes on the best comment. Yeah. So be thinking about that, guys.
I want to hear those comments too. I want to hear what you guys think.
Yes, especially on this one, especially the
absolutely.
deeper it gets.
Take,
and I'm going to go back 10 seconds so we'll be back in the flow of the song.
Got to get back in there.
Okay, here we go.
She lit a burner on the stove and offered me a pipe. I thought you'd never say hello, she said, you look like a silent type. Then she opened up a book of poems and handed it to me, written by an Italian poet from the 13th century. And every one of them words rang true and glowed like burning coal, pouring off of every page like it was written in my soul. But me to you, tangled up in blue. I lived with him on Montague Street, a basement down the stairs. There was music in the cafes at night and revolution in the air. Then he started into dealing with slaves and something inside of him died. She had to sell everything she owned and froze up inside. And when it finally, the bottom fell out, I became withdrawn. The only thing I knew how to do was to keep on keeping on like a bird that flew, tangled up in blue. So now I'm going back again. I got to get to her somehow. All the people we used to know, they're an illusion to me now. Some are mathematicians, some are carpenters' wives. Don't know how it all got started. I don't know what they're doing with their lives. But me, I'm still on the road, heading for another joint. We always did feel the same, we just saw it from a different point of view. Tangled up in blue.
Great song.
Wow, that was so good.
And
That's
that's
really
a
good.
tough one to break down. I'm
Okay.
gonna listen and let you do the talk.
Oh, okay.
Your thoughts.
From my perspective, what I'm, like I said earlier, is just that, you know, you meet somebody down the road, you know, we have our own paths, we're all going on our separate paths, you know, he's still, you know, on the road, you know, probably playing music in different joints and stuff like that kind of stuff, but, I don't know. That's
And
where I'm taking it.
and there was one when he says that verse when he offered her a pipe or she offered him a pipe, but the way he said it, to me it sounded like it was the first time he met that girl. So I don't know if he's talking about a different girl on that one verse or not. It was just, it didn't fit with the other verses the
That's
same
a good point, though. Like, I looked at it was the same. You know,
throughout.
because it really didn't seem like she knew when she, you know, bent down to tie his laces, you know. You know, like he saw her in the spotlight and recognized her, but I don't know.
If
You
it
know,
was or not. And it's one you'd
I don't
have to
know,
almost
it
go
is.
back and look at the lyrics because he's throwing them out there so quick.
It is. You know, and I think you get hung up on stuff. So I'm thinking of the poems, that book of poems she has. So that's
That's a
something
great
I would
line.
do. I love that too. But I think like just like music, poems are the same way. So we speak through that, you know. And he read those, and you know,
And
just like
he
music.
he actually won the award for that's the producer, one of our many producers. Do you know the
Lots.
award that Bob Dylan won, but then he didn't accept it? Major award, but
Nobel Peace Prize. No, actually, I don't know.
Yeah.
it'll come up in comments.
Yeah. We need the
But
comments. Help.
and I
Was it a Pulitzer? I want to say it's a Pulitzer.
maybe yeah, but comments will know, and I should have
Yeah.
looked that
Please
up.
help.
But the other thing in it, when he says working with slaves, I took that because it was right after the pipeline.
Yeah.
I thought there, and he said it ruined him inside, the other person.
Yeah.
I thought he meant addicts, you know, because he's definitely not talking about slavery.
Yeah,
from-
absolutely. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, I was on the same.
And it tore up
Yeah,
that person
line of
inside
thinking.
because what he was doing to other people,
Yeah.
you know, ruining other lives sort of ruined his life. The
Yeah.
person that he was staying with, and then he left from there. He was like, "This is getting too dark. I've got to go."
Yes. And that really happens though. That is.
Oh yes,
You know, I think that's not. You know, I mean, I can relate to that, but.
and but he jumps in some of the line like a bird that flew. We had a different point of view. Just he has line. You could literally do each line of the song.
So what do you get from that though? So.
I do agree with you that it was maybe a first love, and seeing them at different points in your life, but then also, and at the end, definitely, because we always something, but we've seen it from a different point of view.
Yeah.
To me, it's talking about the same person, but I do also think that some other relationships that he was dealing with, he threw in there too, maybe.
I mean,
Yeah.
just love in general. Like, so when and that, for that line, the bird that flew, so you see it, so maybe you see somebody and you might love them, but you know that
It's not gonna.
it's not going to work out, or they're just not for you or whatever. So, even if it's hard, that you have to, you have to fly away. It's like a bird that flew. Like, to me, that's what it was to me.
And what did he say before? We seen it from a different point of view. Do you remember the line before that?
No, I don't.
That to me was a major line, but yeah, Bob can write some lyrics.
It is.
What do you guys think the title means? Tangled Up in Blue.
That's a great question. It's weird because that's what I was gonna go to.
And that's hard because that is one thing I've been trying to figure out the whole thing.
Put an emotion towards it.
What is like that sad, like maybe like what I was just saying, that you love somebody or you have to leave or you have that split, or even like just like in love in general, there's so many different like, if he's talking about multiple people and stuff, or it's just not working out at that time and then you meet up with them, or if you're in a relationship and it's just, like I love this person, I really do, but I see it, it's just.
And I thought Tangled
it's
Up
sad.
in
It's hard.
it could be
that.
Tangled Up in Blue, like Tangled Up in My Emotions, but I took it in a way like Blue is the girl.
Okay, so I was looking at emotional.
And I could
It
be
is.
wrong.
No,
but
but I think that it was so beautiful about his lyrics is that he gives the whoever's listening that to make it what it is to them.
yes.
What it is to you, what it is to me, and then what it is to all of us together. It is about love or whatever, and multiple, one person. All that.
And you can't really let it go.
Blue.
Yeah, and when he says Tangled Up in Blue, I take it like he's absorbed in her rather than absorbed in sadness. I'm tangled up in blue.
But if it was a different girl, though.
Yes, it could be. And it could have been meant both ways, and I could be completely off with blue being the
No,
girl.
but I like that. See, that's what I like this kind of stuff because I can see. That's not what I was thinking. I was thinking more emotional and not blue in a. It's still like even if you're sad, it's still such a beautiful. Like you still have that love. There for that person or whatever. So it's like a bittersweet thing, like you were saying. Like it's bittersweet. So and I think we can all relate to that.
And I think our comments will help us, guys. So please, because fill us in what you think the song means, and the best comment or two will win a prize from Brad Reactors. So like, comment, subscribe. We've done a pretty long video, so I'll wrap it up here.
Yeah.
We want to thank Nicole for coming
thank
back.
you for having me again.
And
I love this. I want to hear everybody in the comments what they say.
Yeah, the
or
comments
what they think.
will be big on this. So
Yeah.
like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell. And guys, don't forget to subscribe. Some people glaze over that. The subscribing connects us to you. You'll get notices when other songs are coming out. And it does help our channel, but you become part of the
Yeah,
family.
we want to connect with you guys. So we want to hear your guys. Like the comments are important. So we want to hear from you guys.
And we answer every single comment, usually within the same day.
Yeah. Oh, you're great about that. Like
Sometimes within, I
yeah,
love
he's
answering
great.
them because I learn
Yeah.
stuff from them.
I read them. I don't really answer, but I read them as well. Even though I'm not answering, but it's important to me. And I would love, like I said, with these lyrics, like their take on it.
That sounds like a good way to end us. Teach us what Tangled Up in Blue is about. And one final thought, the recent movie on Bob Dylan with the young actor that's my producer, Timothy Chalamet. I highly recommend that movie. It's about when Bob Dylan goes electric. Can't think of the name of it, but the recent if you just Google recent Bob Dylan movie. But I've gone on too long, so like, comment, subscribe. Thank you, Nicole.
Yeah, thank you.
And she will be back, of course. And I love that we switch around to different music, and we will be doing more Dylan. Absolutely guarantee that. So
Awesome.
like, comment, subscribe, rock on, and ring the bell.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye, guys.
Bye.